All right, Working Class Beer Reviews is looking at Coors Banquet. Coors Banquet is the Coors Brewing Company's flagship beer. This is their big deal. It's only brewed in Golden, Colorado. Everything else is brewed probably nationwide, including probably Coors Light. But this is the one that they're really proud of, and this is the one they try the hardest with. Let's take a look here. I'm looking at the Coors.com website, and it says, only the finest ingredients are used to brew Coors Banquet. That's been true since Adolph Coors brewed the first batch since in 1873. All these years later, we wouldn't have it any other way. From the source, when it comes to brewing, water matters. That's why ours comes from the Rockies. Starts high in the mountains and flows all the way down into the Golden Brewery, Golden, Colorado, where it becomes Coors Banquet beer. Let's see. A river with a history. Clear Creek watershed was once home base for scores of hopeful gold miners. It's been our home since Adolph Coors opened the brewery over 140 years ago and provides the only water we ever used to brew. So, I thought it'd be like the Colorado River or something like that, but no, it's Clear Creek. And our roots run deep. In 1936, Adolph Coors II received a gift of Moravian barley seeds that grow in what is now the Czech Republic. Those seeds were planted in an employee's personal garden. To this day, all the barley we use can be linked to that original variety. So they grow it locally for their barley. It doesn't really say in this website, but I do believe they use corn, possibly even a combination of corn and rice, corn syrup. I know Coors Light uses corn syrup, which is not the high fructose corn syrup, not like Karo that you pour in your pancakes, but it's a dextrose syrup, which is a brewer's syrup. You can't just buy it at the store. It's only for people that brew alcohol. Striking a balance. Here's another thing that's a characteristic of this beer. Adolph Coors' recipe called for a greater addition of aromatic hops to bittering hops. Our subtle blend of Chinook, Hallertau, Hercules, and Taurus hops give Coors Banquet just the perfect hint of bitterness to offset the malty sweetness. So there you go. It's a blend of Chinook, Hallertau, Hercules, and Taurus. Now, if you dig deep, you might be able to find out what type of hops Budweiser, or Miller uses. But a lot of the other ones, they're not going to tell you. So this is actually pretty cool. Not the oldest beer in the world, or in the nation, I should say. But, it's still considered a legacy beer. For the longest time, this beer was not distributed nationally. Even in the movie Smokey and the Bandit, the whole premise of that movie was to bootleg Coors Banquet across state lines. So my father lived in mid-Missouri, grew up in mid-Missouri, and the drinking age in Missouri has always been 21. But he could go to Kansas, go about an hour or so over to the state line of Kansas, and the drinking age was 18, and they actually had Coors. So that was kind of a neat little journey, I'm sure. So 12-ounce can, gold, kind of like the Coors Light can, but Coors Light can silver. They call it Silver Bullet. I call this a Golden Bullet, but some people call them Yellow Bellies. They sell these in little stubby brown bottles, which are really cool because they're ornate and you got neat little labels that reflect the heritage of Coors Brewing Company. They've changed it every so often, but they've kept the cool little stubby bottles. I hope they keep that. They make another version of Coors called Coors Extra Gold. Actually, it used to be called Coors Extra Gold. Now it's called Extra Gold by Coors. I don't know why they would. Kind of like Bud Select is now Select by Budweiser. So 5% alcohol, ABV. The IBUs is around 15 from what I can see on the different websites. So that's pretty typical for your American adjunct lagers. I do like this beer. I've got some friends that are from Colorado that that's all they keep in their fridge. I mean, they'll keep other stuff for other guests, but what they keep for themselves is Coors. So there is definitely a brand loyalty that goes with this. Got my like trusty little church key here. Pop it open. Ooh, it's lively. Yeah, real lively. So I'm gonna pop that. Got a neat little mug here. It's got a wide bottom on it, so I could probably fit not quite this whole can in there. Give it a nice strong pour. Looks really good. I've got a wide variety of these little stubby mugs, so on my reviews I'm going to try to change it up a little bit and try a different mug each time, just for the sake of it. Why not, you know? A little dynamic that I can add to the videos. So what we got here? We got a very straw colored, clear, super clear. You got a nice head. It's staying around. Irregular size bubbles, so it's not like super uniform, which that's a good thing. Maybe they got a little something going on. Yeah, just streaming right up to the top. Let's go for a smell. It's very grainy. It's more malty. Obviously not a hoppy beer. So you're going to smell more malt. They say when they use corn to brew beer that you're not supposed to smell it or taste it, but if you compare a adjunct lager to a all malt lager, you're going to be able to smell and taste the difference. So I can smell that there's something besides just barley malt in this one. This doesn't smell like a Euro beer. It's not like Heineken or Beck's or anything like that, or Eyinger, you know, some of them German, European-based beers. I'm going to go ahead and top it off before I try it. I bought a 12-pack of this for just under $10, like 9 something, which is about the normal for a premium American beer. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. It's clean. You know, it's, you know, clean water. Taste the barley malt. There's a little bit of bitterness back in here, back by your jaw, like by your tongue, in the back of your tongue. You can kind of get it way back in there. Essentially, that's where it's going to be. They don't want it to be a hop forward beer. This isn't an IPA or anything, IPL, not anything like that. This is meant to be smooth, round, very, very well balanced. So it's not going to be overly sweet like some, like, you know, Old English 800 or Colt 45, but it's not going to be super hoppy either. But it is going to be a little stronger in character than your light beer. So if you're a Coors Light, Bud Light, Miller Light drinker, and you drink this, it might, I don't think it's going to knock you down or anything, but it might set you back just a second to process, you know. But you got to remember, this is before the mid to late 70s. This was the standard. This is what people had. So you can't say that it's off or odd or weird or anything like that. This was the American standard. The paradigm shift happened in the late 70s, early 80s when everything was light. You know, they've had all sorts of weird fads. In the mid-90s, they had an ice beer craze. Coors doesn't make an ice beer, but they make Keystone. Keystone makes an ice. They make a light. The Coors Extra Gold is a little bit stronger. I want to say it's like 5.5%, so it's a little more malty. I don't know that. I guess you could fact check me on that. I can't get that around in my area. I had it one time when I cruised through Colorado, so I'm going to have to talk to someone that lives in there or drives through that area on a fairly regular basis, and maybe they can bootleg some of that for me, and I could do a review on that. Wouldn't that be sweet? That'd be really cool, wouldn't it? So let's do one more sip. Yeah, just very balanced, very clean, very smooth. I mean, this is just as good as all other American lagers, and some might even say better. That's a preference thing. That's not what I'm here to say. You know, I'm just here for a direct review to give you my thoughts. And this is definitely working class. It's within my wheelhouse. You know, yeah, you won't see it on tap around here, but in Colorado and the other states surrounding Colorado, where it's a little more widely distributed, you probably will see Coors Banquet on tap. I'm sure you can order it through your distributor, but since it's only brewed in Golden, Colorado, you know, you might have to wait a little bit it might have to be a little on back order to get it and all. So, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for taking the time out to share this experience with me. Coors Banquet. And I will see you guys later.